facial hair.
Hi. So I'm in North Carolina right now in Asheville with my friend Elliott. I met on the internet.
On the YouTubes.
On the YouTubes, yeah. So we're just hanging out. It's super fun. It's kind of a struggle to get here. Stand by. It's always a struggle. But it's been super fun, and we're just talking about all the things we love, truth or stuff.
So many things.
So many things.
Yeah.
So we were talking about earlier, I grew up near Sedona, Arizona, which is like super new age people that are all about crystals, horoscopes, like all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And so to me, it's so like
Commonplace.
commonplace. Yeah, commonplace.
And
And
Asheville is very similar.
yeah.
Asheville is very new age. There's also crystal shops everywhere.
Yeah, we went to one today. It was great. But I'm like so used to that being kind of like the opposite of Christians. They're always
Right.
having like problems with that stuff. And so one thing I actually really love and I'm super interested in is like horoscopes. As far as only like the personality stuff as it relates to when you're born, you have these traits. I like totally believe in that. And so
You do?
I do. I know people get so like
You can't.
I know.
And love Jesus.
And love Jesus, apparently not. So I've gotten in many conversations with people about this because I don't believe that they're like at odds with each other. I think God made it, so it's good type of thing. So just for example, and I've also never met anybody ever who doesn't identify with their traits if they really look at it, or who I don't see those traits in people, if that makes sense. So, like for example, I'm a Taurus, born in May, and all of the traits fit me perfectly, like stubborn, strong, like super, that's like my number one trait. I feel like my whole life, my family, like they know that I'm just super stubborn. And so stubborn, loyal, determined, like all of these traits, I identify with all of them, except for being good with money. That's what they say about Taurus, but it's not really true. In my
Maybe
case.
you could be. You have that potential.
Maybe I could be. I don't know. So
You've invested in this wonderful selfie stick.
I have invested in this, and let me see my light. You guys, we're not using this because we're by the window, but I bought this, and I'm so cheesy, but I love it so much.
It's
It's a ring light for your phone. Look at it. It's
Look
so
at it.
cool.
Look at it.
But anyways, we were just talking earlier about
Okay.
how, yeah.
No, yeah, let's talk
Yeah.
about this for a minute. Okay, because where I've come from, I was always told to me, and especially growing up in Christian circles and in pretty much all Christian circles, I don't even know, most of the faiths, denominations and all that stuff would say, no to horoscopes. Watch out for horoscopes. It's demonic, it's the occult, it's new age, avoid it. And they say avoid horoscopes as much as you should avoid witchcraft and tarot cards and psychics and fortune telling and all that kind of stuff. It's all lumped in there with that because it is generally within new age religions. But here's my problem with that, is because just because something is perverted doesn't mean that there isn't a good side to it, because the evil realm, Satan and the dark side of things can only pervert. They can't create something new. So all that they do is pervert something that Yahweh created as good and manipulate it for their own destructive purposes. So, for example, with fortune telling and tarot cards and reading the future and predicting the future, yeah, that's demonic. They're using demonic forces to do something. But we have something called prophecy, which is telling the future, speaking predictive things, but it is through the power of Yahweh, so through the Holy Spirit. So there's a perversion of something that is good. So fortune telling is a perversion of prophecy. So just because the pagans and the occult and those new agers use horoscopes in a negative way or a perverted way, that means that there is a good, pure way that they stole it from. And Yahweh created the sun, the moon, the stars. The only warning that he gives us is to not turn and worship them. Don't worship the created beings. Instead, we should worship the creator. So I think that danger is in everything, though, not just the stars. And so if we reserve the stars to the pagans, like they have the stars, they worship the stars, they look to the stars for things, even though he created the stars for us, for signs, and all that stuff. Like, we're supposed to be looking at the stars, and he made them in those positions for a reason, So to totally avoid anything that has to do with stars and constellations because it has been or could be used negatively, I think is pretty foolish. But I never really looked into it because everybody would say, no, don't look into horoscopes, don't look into stars, don't do anything because it's too wicked, just steer clear of it completely. But that wasn't necessarily your case.
Yeah, I don't know when I first started looking into it. I just feel like probably a long time ago heard the traits of my star sign and I was like, oh, so true. And then getting to know people and based on what their sign is, you can totally see how it fits.
So I'm just learning today because she's teaching me these things. Yeah. So I'm a Pisces because I was born in March, and Pisces are what?
Super Pisces. He's so Pisces.
So tell me what they are.
They're like kind of head in the clouds people, inspirational, emotional, compassionate. Like they're a water sign too. Which I don't really know how to explain that. It's just so you have water, earth, air, fire. I'm an earth sign, so they're the more typically grounded, stable, constant. Water signs are kind of fluid, like they kind of all over the place.
Creative, imaginative, are those things too?
Compassionate, intuitive. My mom's a Pisces. She's like my best friend. So she's one of the only Pisces that I know actually though, besides you. So
it seems to be pretty accurate. And then we also, with our friends amongst us, we also looked at what the traits are of their birth month, and it is shockingly accurate. And I think that, I mean, it makes sense, especially when you look into, like, there's so many other things that are tied to it. If we get into, like, frequencies and earth stuff and how it all works, and if you're born in a certain time when the stars and things are moving and all of the created luminaries and heavenly bodies and things like that are positioned in a certain ways, I think there's different stuff going on the earth during that time. So why wouldn't it affect the way that you were,
designed, your original design?
Yeah, when you're born when all those things are going on, I'm sure it's going to affect your development of some kind. But
yeah. Exactly.
So why are Christians so upset about it?
I don't know.
I'm not worshiping the stars.
Question of the century. Yeah, exactly.
But there's got to be something there to them. He created them for our benefit, put them in those positions for our benefit, for signs. And yes, they display signs, but what do those signs mean? And is there a pure form of, I hate to use the word, what is that, astrology? Yeah, that's what it is, right? Astronomical?
Yeah,
astrology?
I don't know. It's
is
hard.
There a pure form? What is that called? What is that to get wisdom from the stars but not worship them? Recognizing who created them and,
Yeah.
It's a touchy subject for a lot of people.
It really is. Like, I've had such intense reactions from Christians when I bring this up. And I know it's probably just because we're, like, so conditioned to believe. In every area of life, we're so conditioned to believe one way about one thing. And you have to look past it and find out what's actually true.
There's got to be truth in everything. That's what it is. And we're just truth seekers. So we're people that are looking for the truth in everything. Because there's nothing that's 100% pure, just evil, especially the things that Yahweh created. So there's got to be some truth in there somewhere. So what is it? And we're just looking and seeing. But you know way more than I do. But
I've kind of laid off of like researching this stuff lately just because I went through a major phase where I was like into it all the time. But yeah. So anyways, good talk.
That's a little thing we were talking about today on this trip.
Such a good trip. So fun.
So I feel like I want to ask the audience a question about it.
What's your sign?
What's your sign? Yeah. Don't hate us.
Don't hate us. Don't hate, appreciate it.
We're not New Agers. We're not worshiping the stars. We're not talking to demons.
Yeah, no.
Calm down.
We just are both like personality test geeks anyways. So for me, I view all of this stuff as just another one of those things. And I don't get too into like all the different...
Or not so superstitious. Or let it like determine your life for you.
No.
That's where
none of the like fortune telling side of it. I think that's where we draw the line as believers. But anyways...
Yeah, good talk.
Good talk.
Okay, this video is almost 10 minutes.
Okay, great. See ya.
Bye, everybody.